So obviously, the first thing that you know to do is dump the water. But it may not be so obvious that there's a bucket right there. In fact, maybe you didn't even check this room. Maybe you didn't open up this gate like I did because maybe you don't care. Maybe just you're the type of person just when you play the game, you just play from start to finish without really doing any exploration. As you guys know by now, I am a huge explorer when it comes to games. I like to check every little area. And so, since this area was accessible, obviously I was going to go check it out, and I saw that there was a bucket there. So immediately, when it said dump water, immediately I knew that I had to pick up that bucket. But, again, that may not be so obvious, especially if you didn't even see that there was a bucket there, so maybe in that situation you may end up thinking like, well, I gotta dump the water, but where it is that I gotta, where do I get the water from? In fact, that was I knew I had to pick up, I knew that there was a bucket there that I didn't know that I could pick it up, but there was a bucket there, so I was like, I thought that I should go and check it out if I could pick it up or not, which I could, but I still had to figure out where the water was. So there is, even though the puzzles are fairly straightforward, it's still a little bit forces you to sort of go out of your way. It's not exactly completely linear like the first game, or like NOF 1 was. And NOF 2 has, I don't want to say it has a lot of these, but it does have a number of them. At least in one of the levels. I don't even remember exactly how many of these puzzly elements there are in that game, to be honest. I know there's one, not chapter, but one area of the game. No, I want to say there's at least a couple, if not more, so. And that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about that game. NOF 2 really improved on the series, which is the reason why it's it's one of my favorite games of all time. Although, I probably have to say that nostalgia may play a little role in why I love that game. It's not the only reason. But I'd probably be lying if I didn't say that it may play a little bit of a role in terms of why I love that game, just because I played it a long time ago, a bunch of times in fact, and I really fell in love with it. And it was one of the first games that I played, or I should say, it was one of the, no, it is one of the first few games. I had some console games, but when I got into gaming, this was one of the first games that I played in my early gaming life. So, again, I'd be lying if I didn't say that a little bit of nostalgia didn't factor into why I love this game.
What's the situation?
We're being attacked by a bunch of Italians.
Italians?
Don't ask me.
What about the intruder that come on the train?
He's still at large.
Italians?
That's what they told me.
Do we have a protocol for that?
I don't think they're official representatives of the country or anything. We can probably just kill them.
Good. That simplifies things. Do we have any idea what they're doing here?
For mostly just shooting people and blowing things up.
I gathered that much, but do we know why?
What do I know about Italians?
Are you suggesting their motive is nationalistic?
I don't know what their motive is. To be honest, I don't really care. The point is they're attacking us, so we need to defeat them. The rest is just politics.
Yes, idiot, but don't you think it would be easier to defeat them if you knew what their objective is?
Sure, but as I've tried to explain, I'm not an expert on Italians, so how would I know what they're after?
What about the other guy?
They didn't specify his nationality. He may be Italian, but that hasn't been verified.
I meant, do we know what his objective is?
How can we? We don't even know his nationality.
This conversation is starting to cause me physical pain.
God. I love these conversations. They're so... You just gotta love these people. And to answer your question, my nationality is American. And my objective? I don't know why the Italians are doing it, but I'm just doing it for fun. My objective is to basically blow shit up. Not very accurate with the rifle, are you, buddy? Of course, I think those Italians, by which, if you haven't figured it out yet, I mean the same Italians that kidnapped us in the beginning of the game and tried to kill us because they're jealous of our badassery. Yeah, so the Italians that are attacking this compound is basically the same Italians that kidnapped us in the beginning, and I'm pretty sure they're looking for us. Don't know how exactly they figured out or they found out about where we're going, but I'm pretty sure that that's what's happening.
Buongiorno, friend. Who sent you, huh? I'm thinking that it was the election bastard, no? Bad luck for you. You're picking the wrong cycle to mess with. They call me Il Pazzo. In English, that means I'm a crazy son of a bitch. Don't you forget it. Kill him. And bring me his testicle.
Yes, a crazy summon a bitch. Maybe you should learn how to speak first. Also, that conversation basically proved what I was saying is true. It's weird how the door, like, started... I don't know, I guess maybe the lock somehow is pushing against the door. Still kind of weird that shooting up the lock kind of, like, made the door open up a little bit more. Come on, bastardi. Yeah, way to blow up your own dead bodies. Really? Should have known that they were going to try to sneak up behind me. Yeah, piss off. No one's even trying to escape, buddy. Still blowing crap up, I see. Wash my hands. Gotta be clean when you're killing people.
Do that! Stop! Time to die!
Ooh, 45 SMG. Hell of a gun. Too bad I'm not gonna use it. Probably won't even use it for the... Well, maybe actually. Maybe toward the end of the game I'll end up using it, but... So far I'm getting a fairly decent amount of ammo for this gun, so... Just don't learn. So maybe you can actually make... Actually, I think they are actually fighting against each other. But I don't think they actually kill each other, unfortunately. Actually, now that I think about it, I think we might have used this gun in the first chapter, considering the first chapter was a mafia-related chapter, and this is a Tommy gun.
I see you still have your manhood. Finally, while you can.
Now we need to go find some C4.